In this video, we will explore PixVerse, a tool that excels in creating AI videos featuring animated characters and 2D illustrations in various art styles, in addition to many other great features. We will have an epic prompt battle between PixVerse, Minimax Hailuo, Kling 1.6 and Pika. Let's get started with prompt battle. You know the rules. I will feed identical prompts to all 4 AI video generators in image-to-video mode. No rerolls allowed. I will take the first result as final. We'll compare results based on motion smoothness, accuracy of details, and prompt understanding. All images were created using Midjourney and Mystic 2.5. Throughout the video, you will find both the image and video prompts used. In this example, I'm focusing on understanding complex motion. We have a monkey on top of a walking turtle. Even though this looks easy, it's still a difficult challenge for AI video generators because they need to render separately motion of 2 different animals. Starting with Minimax, I think it did a very good job, except there's a slight mismatch in the movement of turtle. If you focus on motion of the turtle, you will realize there's a slight limping. Monkey, on the other hand, looks very natural. Jumping into PixVerse, I was extremely impressed with the results here. Turtle's walking motion, monkey's movement on top of turtle's back. It looks very natural. Jumping into Kling excels understanding physics and motion. Unfortunately, that was an anatomical issue. You will realize that a 5th leg coming out from the turtle's belly. This is very unfortunate accuracy of detail mistake. And Pika, among all options, is the most vibrant and dynamic one, especially if you look at like monkey's fast, agile movement. And unfortunately, 2 major issues. First, the turtle's head changes. It morphs into another turtle head, and it looks really weird. And from reference point perspective, I think turtles walks way too fast. So among all these options, I think PixVerse did the best job. In the next examples, again, we are challenging the models to understand which one has the best understanding of motion and movement. This time, we have a dog and a human. Starting with PixVerse, the motion looks very natural. I can realize between frames, maybe there is one time a slight limping on the dog side, but girl's walking looks perfect. It looks very alive and very natural. I like also how it rendered the light in a perfect way. I think Minimax Hailuo also did a good job, but it's unfortunately very slow. It rendered it in a slow motion. It doesn't look really natural. And you will realize that there is a morphing in the legs. It confused right and left leg while walking. I think Kling did a fantastic job here. Only issue is I didn't really ask girl to turn back and look at the dog. Even though it's a nice add-on, it's not something I asked for. And girl started talking randomly. This is not what I really expect from this challenge. And Pika just got weird and turned the whole thing into extreme realism. And this is definitely for me off. Again, winner of this round is PixVerse. It looks very natural. It's a nice walking motion. And I'm happy with the result. In the next challenge, we are focusing on 2D illustration. We have a dragon and a volcano. Starting with the PixVerse result, it seems that model was able to capture the essence of image, understood the dragon, and dragon's wings looks very natural. The motion looks smooth. Of course, wing could have been go all the way down and up, then it would be the most natural, but I think it's okay. And you will realize that behind the dragon, it was able to understand and render the explosion of volcano. Even when dragon covered the volcano, it still didn't morph into something weird and managed to continue the motion and render of the scene. Very impressive results. Looking at the Minimax, a floating dragon is not necessarily what I was asking for, and volcano just looks completely static. Unfortunately, in this particular example, Minimax didn't do the best job. I like the Kling result and it looks good. The eruption of volcano and this whole motion looks good. If I would specify that I want dragon to fly to volcano, maybe I would choose this as a best result. But I just want a continuation, a smooth continuation of my initial scene. That's why I will put probably Kling to number 2 in this challenge. And last one is Pika. I honestly don't know what happened here. Dragon pushed himself by throwing fire and everything looks completely chaotic here and definitely weird movement. So PixVerse again is a clear winner in this comparison. In the next challenge, we have a natural element of fire on the scene. So here we are trying to understand how well models understand and renders the natural elements like fire and also emotions. Looking at the PixVerse, it gave us a nice natural fireplace. The fire looks natural. However, I didn't quite understand the hand gesture that girl was doing. And again, we have the issue where girl is actually talking. So just for the record, I actually applied a negative prompt here. Looking at the Minimax, I really like the result from Minimax in this one. You can see a beautiful motion of the hair and clothes in the wind, and fire looks quite good, I think. It's not as good as the PixVerse version of the fire, but we can live with that. Looking at the Kling result, I think it did a fantastic job. The fire looks really natural and motion looks realistic, except there is again a lips movement in the scene and the gesture kind of like correcting the hair. It's not really something we ask for. Last result from Pika, it could have been a good one, but this camera motion here is a little bit distracting. It's not really something we ask for. So unfortunately, even though beginning of the shot looked good, after that it became a little bit distracting. So here I think I will choose the Kling 1.6 as the best result among all four, and PixVerse here comes second. In the next challenge we have a little boy and a bird. AI video generator needs to be able to understand the motion of the boy and the bird separately. It's a very good challenge, and starting with the PixVerse result, I think it did a fantastic job. It gave a very natural movement to the boy and how he smiles, and the natural movement for bird. I'm happy with the PixVerse result here. Jumping into Minimax result, Minimax did also a fantastic job. A really natural, nice motion for the bird. The boy's eye movement, closing and opening the eyes, looks very natural. Another great job from Kling. How the boy kinda looks at the bird. Last result is from Pika, and I think Pika got off here with creating another weird bird-looking creature next to our composition. So unfortunately, it's again the worst result here. A very difficult choice. I think all Minimax Hailuo, PixVerse and Kling did a fantastic job. I think I like the most Kling and PixVerse results, though I would say it's a tie without an absolute clear winner here. In the next challenge, we have a robot lizard moves naturally while camera is pulling back. So we have also a camera motion here that we are testing. So looking at the PixVerse result, I think it did a very good job. It gave lizard a nice natural motion. The camera pullback is not necessarily here, but I'm happy with the result. I think Minimax result got a little bit too much. Whole motion looks unnatural and camera motion is not here. Looking at the Kling result, it gave the nice natural motion to lizard. It gave us camera pullback. Basically everything we asked for is a clear winner for this challenge. And Pika also managed to nicely render the motion of the lizard. There's of course slight limping, and then also gave us the camera pullback, but unfortunately created this weird drone entering to the frame and kind of destroying the whole shot, and then lizard eats the drone. It looks off again, unfortunately. For this particular challenge, I think Kling 1.6 did the best job, and PixVerse comes in second. In the next challenge, we have a surreal art, and we have a complex prompt. We want our character to get into the car. Starting with the PixVerse result, I was extremely impressed by this. Looking at the motion of the vortex, the movement and motion of the woman, reflection on the car, and the shadow, everything looks incredibly well crafted. The Minimax result unfortunately got a little bit of a challenge. Kind of like the car's trunk became the front door, the vortex is not really moving, and even though I like the wind on the coat, still, unfortunately, this particular footage is not really usable. Looking at the Kling output, I think it did well, but there's no motion or movement in the vortex cloud. And woman is trying to get into the car by climbing from the trunk. It's quite funny, actually. And Pika is always a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. I like the motion in the video, but then everything becomes weird and things morphed into each other. She got into the car from the trunk again. Looking at the all results, I think PixVerse did a fantastic job here. It feels like it understood the scene perfectly and gave an extremely natural looking, perfect motion to the scene. The clear winner here is PixVerse. In the next challenge, we have an astronaut sitting in a spaceship, and we have a very surreal, artsy looking scenery in front of him. PixVerse result almost looks like he's traveling in a wormhole. It managed to keep the coherence of the art style perfectly, gave a nice motion to our astronaut where he's kinda controlling the spaceship. And I particularly liked how the speedometer is kinda going crazy, because we are probably in a wormhole and it doesn't really make sense that what speedometer is showing. Looking at the Minimax result, I was a little bit disappointed because it just gave some motion to the astronaut, but the rest of the spaceship is not moving, the scenery is not moving, very static shot. I think Kling did a good job here, but I would probably prefer the coherence and consistency of art style where PixVerse delivered to us. I was actually very happy with the beginning of the Pika shot, but then it got just weird again and morphed into a white astronaut and it just got weird. Clear winner of this challenge is PixVerse. In the next challenge, we have a very simple prompt where we have a woman in the cape walks. Starting with PixVerse result, it gave us exactly what we asked for. The woman in the cape walks in a very smooth natural motion. Minimax Hailuo also gave us what we asked for. It's just in slow motion. I like that it also gave us a little bit of dynamism in the scenery, and I like how dreamy it looks. We have a Kling, gave us exactly what we asked for. Woman in the cape is walking. And we have Pika, where she walks really fast and then decides to change the direction. She's like, oops, no, I forgot to pay the bills. I'm probably between PixVerse and Kling results here, but I kinda like the coherence of the PixVerse video, and I like how camera follows her. So winner for this challenge for me is PixVerse, though Kling comes really close. So in the next challenge, we have a flower, static object, and a robot. It's a difficult prompt because, first of all, robot needs to be able to catch the flower, hold it in a nice way, that accuracy of details must be correct, and then we have the prompt where robot needs to smell the flower. So a lot going on in this particular challenge for AI video models. Starting with the PixVerse, I think it initially started well, but then the robot changed the hands. It completed the shot by what we asked for, where robot is smelling the flower, but this changing hands maybe wasn't really optimal. Looking at the Minimax result, I think it's not the most natural looking shot, and it looks like robot smells his own hand and not the flower. Not my favorite. Looking at the Kling shot, a nice catch of the flower, and a clear, nice smell of the flower. The coherence and how motion looks natural, I really like it. Pika shot, I think did okay here. I can't complain. For this particular challenge, Kling 1.6 is winner, and Pika comes second. In the next challenge, we have two soldiers are discovering a sea monster. I'm extremely happy how PixVerse kept the art style extremely coherent and consistent and gave us this nice motion of soldiers. And I like how fire looks really artsy and how sea monster moves looks very good. Minimax shot looks also fine. I think it also managed to keep the art style consistent. I like how fire looks natural. Only thing that sea monster looks like he's talking. The Kling 1.6 shot is not really my favorite because we have this third soldier appearing in the shot, makes it unusable. Similar problem with Pika, where soldiers are running away from the sea monster, but prompt was they are discovering the sea monster, not running away, not usable. For this particular challenge, PixVerse is my favorite and clear winner here, and Minimax Hailuo comes second. In the next challenge, we have a man falling between tall buildings while camera follows him. Starting with the PixVerse, I think it gave us exactly what we asked for. Only issue is, it looks like he's more flying than falling, but I like that how it understood the prompt, the camera follows the person. On the Minimax version, doesn't really look like flying, and it also doesn't look like falling. Shot gave us a nice falling, and then also added the tall buildings. It kind of feels like didn't really understood the scenery because of the art style, and gave us this ultra realistic looking tall buildings. It's not what we asked for. And Pika, I don't know, it's just crazy that this drawing, this illustration style became ultra realistic. Clear winner for this challenge is PixVerse. In the next challenge, we have a young girl smiles while camera slowly zooms in. We have a camera motion and we want to see a render of young girl smiling. Starting with the PixVerse, it gave us camera zooming in nicely and she's smiling, but only issue is in the same time she's talking, so there is lips movement here. The Minimax result, I think, is nice. She gave us a nice warm smile, but camera is not really zooming in to her face. Kling gave us a nice smile as well, and also gave us the camera motion together. I think did a fantastic job here. I think Pika surprisingly did a great job as well. We have a nice motion zooming into the girl's face, and also she smiles. And it looks very alive, looks like a very natural shot. And I like that in the Pika version, rest of the scenery was also very dynamic. So winner of this challenge is Pika. In the final challenge, we have a man walking in the art gallery while camera follows him. I like how PixVerse did here. It looks fantastic. I think the motion of the man in the art gallery, the walking motion looks so natural. It understood that camera needs to follow him, and it kept the coherence of the art style throughout the shot. Minimax looks great as well. I think it understood the prompt perfectly and gave us a very good shot. Kling also managed to understand the shot very well. I think Pika again lost the coherence completely. It's not really what we asked for. Among all four, I think PixVerse is my favorite because I like the smooth, natural walking of our character on the art gallery. But other three models did also a fantastic job as well. To visualize the results a little bit better, I created this table. So just as a reminder, these scores are particularly for AI anime videos. Here we are not really comparing realistic results. We are fully focusing on 2D illustrations and AI anime. I think PixVerse and Kling 1.6 are showing extremely strong performance and definitely good value for your money. I think they excel in motion smoothness, accuracy of details and coherence, and prompt understanding. Additional benefit for PixVerse is extremely fast. It's producing a 1080p video under 1 minute. This is a very good deal. Major room for improvement for PixVerse is it should be a little bit more stronger when it comes to negative prompts. That's why I added 80/100 when it comes to prompt understanding, because I had few situations where even though I applied a negative prompt, my character's lips were still moving. This is a similar problem I also observe on Minimax Hailuo. On this regard, Kling does pretty good job with prompt understanding. PixVerse and Kling are so great at motion smoothness, and this is actually exactly what you need when it comes to image to video. Among all these models, I think Pika is the worst performing one at the moment. There's still significant room for improvement. Judging the results, I think PixVerse did a pretty good job. I want to show you the platform a little bit. After sign up, their homepage will welcome you. Under Discover, you can see a couple of examples produced by PixVerse. We have the prompt box, where we can provide a text prompt, image prompt, or video. Let's try to upload an image, for example. After uploading your image, I recommend you to describe the image a little bit with few words. You can keep it simple. And if you want to mention a certain camera motion, you can also add that to your prompt. For example, you can add camera follows them closely. Under prompt box, you will see some render settings. You can change an effect, which I will show you in a second. You can change style. We have styles like anime, 3D animation, comic, cyberpunk, clay. And there's this particular setting here, which is my favorite. The turbo mode provides you the fastest rendering. It's perfect for iterating fast because it provides you a low resolution preview. Once you have low resolution preview, if you like the result, you can upscale it to 4K using this button. I think this is a great workflow for fast iteration. And this is really user-centric approach, and it prevents you from over-wasting your credits. Additional to normal motion, you have also a performance motion mode. And performance motion simply brings much more dynamism and much more motion to the scene. Movement accelerates. This is perfect for action shots, or if you want a faster moving cars or a faster moving train shot, performance mode is just perfect. It's also possible to add a first frame and last frame, so you can create the transition videos. So I uploaded this first frame and this last frame. You can generate up to 8 seconds long video, and I will describe the event happening between these frames as a text prompt, the whole filled with Surreal lanterns. We will hit create. And here's the result. Look how smooth the transition is between frames. And now you can upscale it to 4K using this button. This is a feature just arrived to Runway, for example. When it comes to prompting, one thing I would highly recommend is to mention some negative prompts, because occasionally PixVerse tend to make the character's lips move. So to prevent that, I highly recommend you to add mouth movement, lip movement, and talking to your negative prompt. In order to do that, you need to click on the settings here, and you will see this section to enter your negative prompts. You can of course create realistic looking characters as well. For example, we can create an AI influencer using text to video. This is a game changer if you need a virtual brand ambassador. I wrote this prompt: tall female teacher with glasses and long hair, wearing white shirt, talking expressively while looking at camera, studio lighting. Here we can change aspect ratio from 9:16, perfect for Instagram Reels format. And let's generate this. I'm generating this video in 1080p, and you can see how fast it is. And our realistic AI influencer video is ready. There are many things we can do with this video. For example, we can lip sync it. In the lip sync mode, we will type our script and we will choose a voice, and it will create a video where our AI influencer will be saying exactly what we want her to say. For example, we can say, subscribe to CyberJungle YouTube channel for the best AI video tutorials. Self-promoting a little bit here. Now we will choose a voice.
I'm your best storytelling partner.
Choose me to add endless energy and passion.
Hi, I'm the warm narrator, perfect for heartfelt.
If you want to use another voice provider or an audio file, you can also upload your own file here. All you need is 30 seconds of audio, then your characters will be lip-synced to this particular audio file. Let's create this.
Subscribe to CyberJungle YouTube channel for the best AI video tutorials.
I think it's a decent lip-sync quality, and it's gonna be perfectly enough for your realistic AI influencer videos. I want to show you also the character reference feature for creating consistent anime characters. In order to do that, we need to hit the character button here, and we will create a new character. The cool thing is this feature works with a single image, so you don't need to upload 8 to 10 images. At the moment, it only works with anime style, so it's perfect for this particular job. There are of course few things that you need to be careful of. You can see some guidelines here. I'm gonna upload this image here, and let's call this character Mary. I hit create character. Now, while prompting, I will choose my character. Need to refresh first, and Mary will appear here. I'll write a prompt. The prompt: Mary is floating in the space with astronaut suit. As a style, I will choose 3D animation, 1080p, and let's hit create. And our video is ready. Using character reference, just from a single image, we managed to create a Pixar-looking 3D animation scene with a consistent character. Last thing I want to show you, the fun effects from PixVerse. To try those effects, we need to upload an image. For example, I uploaded this image from Frodo Baggins playing the guitar. Now, I will choose an effect. Let's try the viral muscle search effect. When you select an effect, it will automatically write the prompt for you, so you don't need to do anything. Now we will hit create, and here's the result. You probably didn't expect to see this today, huh? We can try another effect as well. I have a feeling that sheep curls won't work out for Frodo because his hair already looks like that. Maybe we can try wicked shots. Let's try this one. They have many interesting effects. You have this Batman, Joker, Iron Man, Sailor Moon, or this hug your love or kiss kiss. I think these went viral recently on social media. You can upload image of two people and then they will hug each other. And here's our video is ready. Okay, guitar turns into a rifle. You can have fun with these effects with your own photos or with your friends' photos. It's fun. Hopefully this video was truly helpful for you. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth tutorials. If you want to learn more about creative intelligence, click here.